Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you do not already know me, hi, my name is Caitlin O'Neill, and today I have something so exciting to officially announce and to kind of talk about what I'm doing. And this whole video is going to be explaining, going into the process, and all the things. But first, let me announce. I will be doing Youth with a Mission in Kona, Hawaii. Yes, I will be doing YWAM, and I will be doing it from January 5th to June. So that is kind of the time of the year I chose to do it. And I am so incredibly excited. And I just felt like every step of the way, the Lord totally guided my steps. And He just opened the doors and showed me so clearly and vividly that that's what I was supposed to do after high school. So this whole video is just going to be me going into it, explaining the whole program to the best of my capability of my own understanding. And I'm just going to be sharing with you the processes and steps. And this is for if you want to do it, if you want to learn more about it, if you're interested in knowing what I'm going to be doing, all of these questions I'm hoping to answer. So stick around in the video and I will be doing all that kind of stuff. And also I'm super excited to be posting a YouTube video I have not done in a very long time, but I'm going to be kind of redoing some YouTube stuff. So I'm going to be doing some typical content that I typically do, but closer to the time that I'm going to be leaving, I'm going to be focusing my YouTube channel more around those things. And I'll be doing fun vlogs and some move-ins, and it's going to be a lot of like travel with me, and you're going to be able to see my step-by-step process through Kona, Hawaii. So if you're interested in just this program and you're interested in me going to Hawaii and serving the Lord and doing amazing ministry, then subscribe, maybe just stick around and see how the journey leads and what God does. So let's get into the video. So Youth with a Mission, YWAM. I'm going to be doing the base in Kona, Hawaii. Now, YWAM has bases all over the world. Literally, you go to their website and there are constantly new bases because different missionaries are planting through YWAM, the organization. And I would have to describe YWAM as a very fluid organization. It's not crazy strict, like every single solitary base has to be identical. Each base wants to focus on operating the best to how the Lord is working through those bases and doing the best changes for that base specifically. The Kona, Hawaii base, however, is one of the largest bases for the organization in the whole world. And I really felt pressed that that was the base that I was supposed to go to. So many family friends, so many people, so many God moments kept showing me that that's where I was supposed to go. I even looked at other bases in the United States. I looked at some overseas, and I was really conflicted for a long time of like, okay, I know this is what the Lord's calling me to do. How do I go through that process? So it's kind of confusing. I will say, if you're gonna research YWAM, I'm gonna try to make this as clear and concise and make sense as possible, because overall the organization is kind of confusing because there's so many different bases and they run slightly differently. So how you would go about if you're part of YWAM is you pick your base. The next step is you pick your time of year. They have different semesters. And I picked the January 5th to June one. I was really praying about it, and they have some for the spring, the summer, the winter, the fall, all that kind of stuff. And some of them overlap and that kind of thing. But I really wanted to do that time of year because when I go for the 6 months, I will not be able to come back because of how the organization is and how the training process is. So I'm super close with my family, and I really felt like I didn't want to miss holidays, every birthday, all that kind of stuff, and almost have time to prepare. So once you pick the time of year and the base that you want to be at, then the next step is picking your DTS. Now, YWAM is split up into two sections. DTS is Discipleship Training School, and that's for the very first 4 months that I'm going to be in Hawaii. The next 2 months are going to be outreach, and I will be assigned the first month that I am in Kona, Hawaii, a country. I currently don't know what this country is. Depending on which quarter you're going in and which semester you're in, those are also going to determine what different DTSs there are. There's Fire and Fragrance, there's Awaken, there's families DTS. There's a whole lot of different DTSs that are offered for the specific time of year that you're going to be going to Kona, Hawaii, or any other base for that matter. Now, those different courses totally change depending on where you're at. So keep that in mind if you want to apply, and just for reference. So out of all of those DTSs, which are discipleship trainings, I will be doing Fire and Fragrance. Now, Fire and Fragrance, I loved Fire and Fragrance, just like everything I've heard about it. It's one of the bigger DTSs, which also was very appealing to me. I really wanted to do something big with a lot of people and a lot of community. So it is very much centered around worship and hearing the Lord's heart and hearing all the things that He has for you, and just being very in tune to the Holy Spirit and really diving into our word and what God says about who we are and like how He talks about ministering to others. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So that is going to be the overall DTS, the 4 months, the people I'm going to be around. I'm going to be around everyone on campus, but because we're all together, no matter what DTS you're in, all at the same time, but with Fire and Fragrance, you're going to be more around these people. Now, depending on the DTS you choose, those DTSs give you courses, if that makes sense. So it's like DTS, and then you can pick little courses within your DTS. YWAM is really, really focused on you picking what you're passionate about and you picking what you feel like you're really good at, and you ministering and growing your gifts off of what you feel like the Lord has placed in your life and like what you feel talented and called to. And so you can pick different courses. Again, you can find all of this on the YWAM Kona website. But there's different courses like the media track, there's dancing, fitness, there's evangelism. There is so many different tracks. I am doing Compassion Ablaze. Now, Compassion Ablaze, I was kind of also praying a lot about what I should be doing with my course, because this is going to be what I'm honing in on. This is what I'm going to be doing little classes on throughout my DTS. This is what I'm going to be focusing on in my DTS, along with being a part of Fire and Fragrance. And Compassion Ablaze is basically where I'm going to be working with at-risk victims. I'm going to be working with sex trafficking victims, orphans, widows, impoverished people. I really looked at it, and I have a heart for graphic design. I have a heart for media. I have a heart for evangelism. But overall, I really felt like that this is an amazing opportunity where I could be helping people that I might never be able to be firsthand experiencing without this opportunity. And I really felt like I could do the most good doing, like, totally honing in my experience to these people. And for people that I have not personally experienced a lot of the things that they've gone through, but just to be able to show the light of God and to be able to really talk with them and hear their hearts, and to know that genuinely the only hope we have in this life is Jesus. And that makes me so excited, even though I know that it's going to be hard to see these like hard parts of the world, but people are suffering all over the world. People are suffering daily, and to be able to get a glimpse of that and to be able to just preach life and to show love to people if they've never received love, just to give love and to show kindness, and I think is so important. And so that's what I'm going to be doing my DTS around. And I do not know currently what country I'm going to be assigned to. Again, I will find that out in around the 1st to 2nd month that I will be there. And then once I do find out, then I will be announcing that all on my social media. I'm going to be very communicative with my social media. I'm going to be taking everyone along the way. I know a lot of people do blogs and some people do newsletters. I personally am going to want to do where I love to do is media and YouTube and content creating. I really just enjoy it. It makes my heart really happy just being creative in this way. And I'm going to be posting on Instagram. I also have a ministry account on Instagram that I can also link below, and that's where I'm going to be mainly posting a lot of YWAM stuff. On my main account, I'm going to be posting YWAM stuff, but I'm also going to be doing vlogs and move in with me and getting ready for YWAM and like finding out where I'm going, and like all of these fun update things are all going to be on my YouTube. So stay tuned for that. I will also be posting on Facebook and Instagram and social media all updates and stuff. As I have explained YWAM, literally comment any questions you might have. It's a little confusing. It took me a very long time to understand the whole process. And finally, I just ask that you pray. You pray if you feel led to give. I will have a way to give down below. All is appreciated, but I want you to really pray about it, and I want you to feel like that's what you're supposed to do. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm fundraising and this is the amount I need. I genuinely want people to give if that's what they feel like the Lord's pressing their hearts to do, because I trust the Lord. I know that He is so good to provide. And so I just pray that you pray about if you're wanting to be a prayer warrior for me during this time, and pray if you want to give. And I'll have all that down below. There's a link on my social media, all of that kind of stuff. And here's a short little video of how you can give off of this link I have at my Instagram. I hope that this video encouraged you and blessed you to hear all about it. Comment down below if you have any other questions. And I hope you all have the most amazing week, amazing month, amazing day. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye. If you are wanting to give, I will link everything down below. Another way to give is following the link in my bio to my link tree. And here is my YouTube, Instagram, where you can keep up with my journey, and then my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Any of these you can click and give instantly.